Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel guys. Now today's question is number of surveys with odd sum. This question also come in companies like Amazon and Goldman Sachs also. So this is a little bit different and the process of this question we are going with three approaches here. The one is brute force, other one is better approach, and the last one is optimal approach. We start from the brute force, and the brute force will be mod. Let's define mod as 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Now we define our count as 0, and n is equal to length of array. And now for I in range with the length of array, n means length of array, and we define total as our 0. And now for j in range I comma n. From both loop you can understand the complexity is going to be big O of n square. Now the total will be add with array of I, not I, j, because we are in the j. So now if total will total divided by 2 and it then equal to 1, then we increment our count by 1 and we definitely return our count and percentage by our mod. Now let's run the code. As you can see, all cases are passed. Let's submit that code. And because the complexity is big of n square, so I guess time limit exceed will come. Yes, the time limit exceed. Now we are going with our DP solution, and it is going to be interesting. See, time limit exceed, so this will not be desirable solution according to LeetCode. Now what we do in the our dynamic programming solution, we going to declare again n as length of our array, because n will be the short form. Now odd, we define odd as 0 into n, and even is array of 0 into again n. Now we check if array of 0 is divided by 2, then what we do, we know that it is even, then even of 0 will be 1. In the else case, if it is not, then odd of 0 will be 1. Now we define result as odd of 0. Now for I in range 1 to length of array, if our array of I is divided by 2, then even of I will be even of I minus 1 plus 1, and odd of I will be odd of I minus 1. Now in the else case, we going to do odd of I is equal to even of I minus 1 plus 1, and even of I is going to be odd of I minus 1. Now the result going to be result plus odd of I percentage by our mod. Now we simply return our result. and this is optimized approach, but it going to be cost big of space of n for the space complexity. So it is not fully efficient like we want to see. The complexity we are getting is not too good, because we have more optimal approach. Now we are going with most optimal approach, and that would be prefix sum. If you ever heard of prefix parity count. So in this, again we define our mod as 10 the power 9 plus 7, and our odd as 0, and even as 1 for empty prefix. Now prefix sum as 0 and count as 0. Now for num in array, what we do, we add prefix sum with our nums. Okay, with our num. Now we check if prefix sum is divided by 2. If divided by 2, then count will be added by odd, and even incremented by 1. Now in the else case, count incremented by even, and odd incremented by 1. Now the count divided by mod Now we return our count. Let's run the code and hope that works for us. See, all the cases are accepted here, and this is the full code. Let's submit that code, and it is most efficient code that I know, and because it cost, the time complexity is big of n and the space complexity is big of 1. So that's that. If you like the video, then subscribe my channel and comment and like the video and share as many as you can. So thank you.